Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for another daily dose of dismal Disney. ABC News boss Kim Godwin, the one we talked about last week that was supposedly in trouble. Well, she's gone. She got gone. She left. She left.
Yeah. With her head held high.
With her head held high. Yes, this is the woman that they made such a big deal about being the first black female president of ABC News. And apparently her underlings hated her almost immediately. They said she was not good to work with. She was a control freak. That's
what the rumor is.
That was the rumor. That was, again, coming from the New York Post, which is a competitor to ABC News.
Now, it was funny because, I think some, rights group was like, no, they're just making these lies up to smear her.
Well, they brought another woman in to oversee her, to basically micromanage her. And TLDR, everybody started treating this other woman as the boss, which does happen in corporate culture. Basically, people will gravitate toward the people they think are the boss. Like sometimes you're not actually the boss, but you kind of become the de facto boss because you act the most like the boss.
Or you get stuff done.
Or you get shit done. And she was apparently getting shit done, but she was there to micromanage this woman because apparently she was causing all kinds of problems. And now she's out the door, but she stepped down. She stepped down on her own. No, she got fired. And here's the thing. There was a lot of discussion about her gender and race when she got hired. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And this works all the way around. It doesn't matter what your race, gender, ethnicity, sexuality, religious belief, whatever, political belief, whatever. Can you or can you not do the job?
People said, and this is like rumor, but they said she was more concerned with her image, and she was upset when they brought in Deb O'Connell to put over her because she wanted to report directly to Bob Iger, and Bob Iger's people, like Dana Walden and stuff. And then she couldn't because she had to report to Deb, who then went to Dana Walden. And people think that Dana Walden's move here to get to, not to mope, but gag this woman is might lead to her getting to be the CEO. I think it's because she has tits. She'll get to be the CEO, but because of narrative. But there's a whole bunch about. That wasn't the only problem. I guess last year there was some kind of two hosts that were on GMA3 were having some kind of affair.
Yep.
And it was all over other news networks and stuff. And apparently she didn't do anything about it. And she said basically they didn't violate any company policy, which I can kind of see where she's coming from on some level. But it ended up they were under investigation for it, and they both ended up being bought out of their contract and leaving. So that kind of kicked it off. And then after that happened and people were complaining, then they brought in somebody to oversee her.
Yeah, so I mean that's usually when they bring somebody in, there are two huge red flags when you work for a corporate when you work in a corporate organization. When they bring somebody in to oversee you, that's not a good sign. Or when they bring somebody in that's supposed to help you, but their job description is very much like yours and you're supposed to show them how to do everything that you do.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's like, oh, okay, so you're my replacement. Got it. And they expect me to train my replacement because they're
you're talking about you?
Yeah, I'm talking about me. But I'm talking about anybody. Anytime they do that at one of these companies, it's time to look for another job because if you don't leave on your own, you're going to be pushed out the damn door as soon as they feel comfortable pushing you out the door. But so let's talk about this before we get into it any further. We're already into it pretty far. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, go to piratesandprincesses.net for objective Disney news. You do both, you'll get 2 woohoos. Can you get 2 woohoos?
Woohoo. There you go. That's weird, but okay.
Well, it's a double dose of dismal Disney today. So this is coming from Pirates and Princesses by Cambray Pratt. Who's that?
I don't know.
Did you hire her?
Sounds like a bitch. Anyway.
Was she brought in to micromanage you?
That's right. So she decided to leave. It was last night, yesterday.
Like a thief in the night.
If you go to the Hollywood Reporter, we actually have the actual memo, and it goes on and on. So go down to the very bottom of the article, and they have the memo for both her and from Deb O'Connell. So
There's Deb O'Connell's.
Well, go down, go find her.
There's Kim Godwin. Okay.
It's going to go on for a while, so I'll read it.
Oh, my God.
Here's her goodbye message. At least she got a goodbye message. It's better than that one DEI chick. She didn't even give that.
Yeah.
40 years ago, I began my career fresh out of college as an eager and enthusiastic executive producer at WTXL in Tallahassee, where I was responsible for the 6:11 p.m. news. The staff was so small. On busy news days, I had to go out and report too.
Been there.
Little did I know then what extraordinary opportunities lay before me as I began to chart a path through a profession where very few women, and even very few women of color, were in leadership roles. So she had to start with it.
Go.
So I understand and appreciate the profound significance of being the first Black woman to lead National Broadcast News Network when I accepted the role as president of ABC News a little over 3 years ago. It's both a privilege and a debt to those who chipped away at the ceiling before me to lead a team whose brand is synonymous with trust, integrity, and dogged determination to be the best in the business.
She's going to sue him.
I don't know.
She's going to sue him.
I don't know. I doubt it. I'm sure Disney paid a lot of money to make sure she doesn't. Now, 4 decades and countless miles later, having worked at all 3 broadcast news networks and 10 local stations in 9 cities, and I have come full circle from that small but mighty ABC affiliate in Florida's Panhandle, I've decided to retire from broadcast journalism.
Okay.
After matriculating through J school at my beloved Florida A&M University.
Holy shit.
And she goes on, I've been fortunate and blessed enough to have done almost every job there is in the business, including anchor, investigative reporter, news director, field producer, network special events executive producer, and more before moving on to the executive ranks. Anyone who's passionate about what we do knows there's no other business like it. So this was not an easy or quick decision. But after considerable reflection and a lot of pushing, I'm certain it's the right one for me as I look to the future to prioritize what's most important for me and my family.
Okay, so let's we can kind of end it. It just goes on to all the awards that holy shit. We're not reading this whole thing.
This at the end, but go to the very end.
Oh
though.
My God, I'm not.
I would like to thank Dana Walden and Deborah O'Connell for always ensuring we had the resources and support to do our jobs. And finally, thank you ABC News for the love, support, and inspiration. Over the years, hundreds of you have sent emails, texts, and made phone calls, and have lifted my heart in this consequential election year. As we look to the months ahead, the importance of what we do cannot be overstated. Remember, there's joy in narrative. I mean, journalism.
There isn't.
I leave with my head held high and wish the entire team continued success. Why would you say I leave with my head held high? Why would you?
Because the media's look.
So she started off making sure you all knew about her being a Black woman, being a woman, being a minority,
breaking the ceiling,
blah blah blah. Look at all the experience. I've done every job, worked at every news network. Doesn't mean that you know you're good at leading this one. And then I'll leave with my head held high. I'm retiring
because the media is saying, and even CNN is saying that she's not well liked. That her underlings, I'm sure, which are of very diverse backgrounds themselves, don't respect her as a leader.
People said it was a toxic environment because she kept getting rid of veteran people, and they were always afraid they were going to do something and get fired. That's what the rumor.
Yeah, there were people.
I can't confirm that though.
There were people because I know when they purged.
If you work there, please contact us anonymously.
There you go.
You know, we won't tell people who you are.
There were people that were getting gone after like 20 years. I remember when they laid a bunch of people off. They were getting rid of people that were there for like 20 years. And some of
it was Disney's restructuring too.
Right.
But I guess she was going beyond that, from what I understand. I don't know if that's true though.
She basically probably wanted to. And this
the story is
this happens with a lot of people that come into a situation and they have a lot to prove. They want to come in and they want to change everything right out of the gate because they want to prove they're the boss. You know that this is their organization. They're going to remake it into their image, and that's going to be the way that it is. And and that's probably what was going on. She probably came in, decided that she was going to, have her people that were going to answer to her, and she was going to remake it, and it just did not go that well. So, I mean, I don't know. The reason I think they got rid of her, to tell you the truth, they got rid of her now, was because they've got their earnings call coming up, and this is a controversy.
Well, not just that. I guess when the GMA thing happened, their ratings dropped. And GMA, which is the mouthpiece of Disney, I mean, their number one show, was dropping ratings over the whole scandal to another place like CBS and stuff were starting to catch up to them. And they were kind of blaming her handling of a situation on why the ratings were dropping. Because I guess even after they found out there was an issue, they kept leaving them on air. And people were like, why are you leaving them on air when there's an issue? And because she's like, basically like, they didn't violate policy. So, And she left them on air, and then I guess it caused the ratings to drop because people found out about it and they were mad about it, and so they stopped watching it, like boycotting it, and because she kept leaving them on until Disney actually investigated and took them off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
that's part of it. That's allegedly part of it.
There are, I'm sure, many reasons. And look, ABC News is in trouble. I mean, they're saying they're still number one, but network news in general is in trouble. And there have been rumors that they might actually get rid of ABC News or sell it. But then Bob Iger, it's like his pet.
He came from there.
He came from there. But you know what? It's the place now with Disney. Like, if it ain't working and you can sell it or shut it down because they got to focus on what makes money. And if the ABC's not bringing it, then you got to do what you got to do, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.